This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Monday, February 24th, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. Excitement is growing in Northwest Indiana as the groundbreaking for a $98 million Indiana sports initiative focused on female athletes approaches. The three-phase Marvella project is expected to occupy 120 acres at Fair Oaks Farms and could mean 1,000 jobs on the eastern edge of Newton County. The project is named after former Indiana Governor Evan Bayh's mother, Marvella.
You know, if she were growing up today, she might have been the governor or the senator of the family rather than my father or me. But women didn't have quite those opportunities back then.
Marvella is expected to be up and running by the summer of 2026. Automotive parts manufacturer Borg Warner is closing its Noblesville Technical Center on the western edge of the city's Innovation Mile District as part of larger restructuring efforts undertaken by the company late last year. The 104,000 square foot facility was built in 2018 for $15 million. Wabash College last week announced a $14.7 million gift that will be used to continue the work of the Stevenson Institute for Classical Liberalism. The gift comes from alumnus Richard Stevenson and his family, who also provided the initial $10.6 million gift to launch the institute in 2021. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
A Seymour construction company alleges it's owed more than $840,000 for work done on a Westfield recreational park in a lawsuit filed last week in Hamilton County. IIB's Marek Mazurek has more.
The lawsuit filed February 18th in the Indiana Commercial Court alleges the defendant, Norcon Inc., hired plaintiff PAF Construction as a subcontractor for work done at Westfield's Simon Moon Park. The city of Westfield hired Norcon as a general contractor for the park's expansion in early 2024. According to the lawsuit, in March of that year, PAF and Norcon entered into an agreement for work on the expansion project. An article within that agreement stated Norcon could make changes to the project's original plans and that PAF was entitled to compensation for the materials and equipment it took to carry out those changes. Throughout 2024, PAF, quote, timely and properly, end quote, submitted invoices for payment to Norcon for the work on the project, according to the lawsuit. PAF reported the company finished its work on the park in December of 2024 and provided photographic evidence showing the work. To date, Norcon has allegedly failed and refused to pay the 6 invoices PAF made through the project, which totaled to just under $848,000. The two parties participated in a meeting on December 3rd of 2024 to settle the dispute informally, but it was not resolved. Our partners at the Indiana Lawyer reached out to Norcon for a statement on the suit, but did not hear back by deadline. Attorneys for PAF also declined to comment. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Cunningham Restaurant Group and Purdue Research Foundation are tipping their hat toward one of the state's agricultural innovators in naming a restaurant coming to the university's Discovery Park District. The Lawrence pays tribute to Lawrence Beck, whose 80 acres of land in the Hamilton County town of Atlanta would later lead to the largest family-owned retail seed company and third largest seed brand in the U.S., Beck's Hybrids. The century-old barn was donated by Lawrence Sonny Beck, Lawrence's grandson and now CEO of Beck's Hybrids, and the Beck family. More than a dozen Beck family members have attended Purdue since 1929. Bloomington Mayor Carrie Thompson is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.